So understand that lot of people from Asia want to go to US
Right.
and they don't come back.
Mm.
So
True.
because of this, okay, different country have different country risk. Okay, so when you are applying from India, so they know that from India there are people who go and they don't come back.
Yep.
Okay, so when you are also basically standing for your visa, the visa officer has a doubt whether you will come back or not.
Right.
Okay. And the onus to prove that you are going to come back is on you.
True.
So if you are going to just say simple things which doesn't convince the visa officer will not grant you visa
Right.
because you have not convinced the visa officer. Everybody who stands in that counter all gives answer which and in their own way, but the visa officer is not convinced because the visa officer is going with the assumption that you are a potential immigrant. The
Mm.
basic assumption that the visa officer has is that you are a potential immigrant and that the interview is there for you to convince that you are not a potential immigrant.
Right.
So the visa officer is going to ask you a question. The question is an opportunity for you to convince the visa officer. Okay. So say, why you want to go to US? So you have to tell, I have basically done my MBBS, I have done so and so specializations, I have done work in so and so years. I have been under the doctor so and so. Now I have been advised that you have to get some international exposure and experiences, which is very important part of my career. And I am basically, also trying to interact with the US hospitals. And from there, basically, I have been given this opportunity where I am basically allowed to go there and be an observership. So taking this opportunity will definitely help me in my career. Okay. Try to put in ways to tell the visa officer how this will help. And then once I come back, basically there is basically already a job that I'm doing. With this exposure, I will be able to go to a better level. What is the
Right.
benefit that you will get it, right? So when the visa officer is going to find something like this, the visa officer may think that, okay, you will come back. You have to prove,
I get it. Yeah.
right? So the visa officer, why don't you do this program in India? So you convinced it that in a way said in India, you don't have that type of exposure or equipment and all these things. Okay. So at present where I'm working, I have been advised by a doctor so and so that it is better I go there. So that once I come back and I move to some other hospitals, I will be able to use those equipments. I'll be able to work on those levels, which will help me as basically as a doctor. Something like that you will have to say.
Right.
Right. So every time what I'm telling is, I'm coming back, I'm coming back, I'm coming back. If you see in my answer.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay.
There
Which
again.
was probably missing in your answer.
Well, I actually told her that the things I learn in the US would help me at my job here in India. But I don't know. Maybe
You
I
are
could
not
have briefed.
stressing enough on that. See, you are just important is when you're going to communicate, you have to understand where you want to stress,
Right.
right? Okay, what you want to highlight.
Right.
Okay, what thing you would like to bring it to the notice of the visa officer. Because the visa officer is taking hundreds of visa interview. So if
Mm.
you are in that place, you will not be able to basically, so it's your job to see how you are going to basically put it to your visa officer. Sometime it so happens that even after you convincing, the visa officer may not grant visa, go with the pre-notion that you are a potential immigrant. But the visa officers do listen to the people and they grant you visa. It's not that they don't listen at all. Okay. So they do listen, but it's important that you have to basically convince.
Mm.
Okay. How you convince, it will depend upon what are the things that you're going to write. For example, who is your sponsor? Okay, question was. So basically, here is the opportunity for you to tell that my father, basically, he's probably a whatever surgeon, doctor, he has so much of assets. He has basically, he himself has traveled to different countries. Or if you have traveled to some country, you can also say that. And he is sponsoring me. Plus, I have been working for last 1 years. Opportunity to tell that your family is well established in India.
Right.
It's not a simple answer that my father is my sponsor, and in additional, my father is my sponsor, and I'm. The visa officer wants to know whether you are settled in India or not. So the visa
Hmm.
officer will not ask you a straight question like that. The visa officer can ask you, who is your sponsor? Now, ideally, everybody will have money to go to US and come back. Why is the visa officer still asking that question? To understand whether you are settled in India or not.